Have you often wondered how you can best benefit the relationship with you and your dog, but don't know where to start? Hopefully this video can help you out. Here are my top 10 ways in building a better relationship with your dog. Hand feeding your dog is an amazing way in which you can build a better relationship with your dog. Think of it like this. One of your dog's main resources is food. Therefore, if you take that resource and you put it in a treat pouch, for example, and then you offer that resource to your dog throughout the day, this is not only going to skyrocket their food drive, but it's also going to skyrocket their desire to train, and of course, the all-important thing, their relationship with you. So during your training exercises, use your dog's daily food allowance rather than treats, and see how quickly their desire to train skyrockets. Structured play is a fantastic way in which you can build a better relationship with your dog. Getting down on the floor with a tugger toy or something and just tugging with your dog and letting them understand that if you let go of this toy, I'm going to give you access to it again and we're going to intensify that game is going to really skyrocket your relationship with that dog. How many of you out there play fetch with your dog or play tug with your dog, and as soon as you let go of that toy, they bolt off with it and run off with it? This is because you don't allow your dog to win. Allowing your dog to win during structured play is going to really skyrocket that relationship. So start to just implement elements of drop, for example, getting your dog to tug. When they let go, you give them access to that toy again and reward them and intensify the game. This is then going to skyrocket their desire to also play with you, but also really benefit that relationship. Loose lead walking is so important when it comes to building a better relationship with your dog. The reason for this is it is a clean-cut understanding between you and that dog that you are that dog's calm, consistent leader. Perfecting a loose lead in different environments is so important as it instantly communicates with that dog and lets them know you are in control. Having your dog in a loose lead puts them into a much calmer state of mind. Therefore, when it comes to touching on things like reactivity, for example, if you already have a loose lead walk, you're already half the way there in helping that reactive dog. Not to mention, this is going to really help with mental stimulation and physical exertion in the long run, as your dog is not only having to think about what they're doing on the lead, they're also moving in a direction, which is obviously going to tire them out in the long run. It is important to have clear communication with your dog when it comes to benefiting your relationship, as it can very easily get a little bit messy when we're trying to ask our dog to do something and they don't quite understand it, and we're there just constantly repeating ourselves. A key one that I like to go for here is telling our dogs to stay. How many of you out there put your dog into a sit and then you walk away very slowly going stay, 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 stay? This isn't benefiting them in any way, shape or form. All this is doing is anticipating a behaviour. They're going to anticipate that you're going to let them go, and this is probably then going to damage that little trick that you're trying to do there and getting them to stay. Rather than doing this, just be clean with them. Put them into a sit. Keep them in that sit and then walk away. If they break that sit, you simply just say no, and you put them back into the sit again. Clean cut communication. So important when it comes to building a better relationship with your dog. As well as having clear communication, it is important that you have clarity with your dog, letting them know their rules and boundaries and your expectations within that. Letting them know that the crate is their space, the place is their space, not to dive on the sofa, not to dive on the bed, not to dive out of a threshold. These are all very important things when it comes to giving your dog clear communication. Training your dog is such an easy and simple way in which you can build a better relationship with your dog, whether that be running through obedience, training them a new trick, or whether you're tapping into breed fulfillment, maybe doing some retrieval work, or potentially getting them to get into a new sport, if that be canicross or bike jawing. The world is your oyster when it comes to dog training, so just have fun with it and enjoy your dog. Training your dog for at least 5 or 10 minutes every single day is going to really be beneficial for your relationship with your dog. Do not overcomplicate it. Keep it simple and enjoy the process. Learn about canine behaviour and have a good understanding of canine body language. Put it this way, what if we're out on a walk and we come across a dog, for example, and that dog is piquing a lot of interest in our dog, but we just look upon our dog and think, oh, the dog wants to go and say hello, when in reality they're actually quite stressed out and they're quite nervous. You're then forcing them into this situation where they're not that comfortable, which is then probably going to lead into somewhat of an on-lead greeting, which unfortunately is going to go a few different ways, whether that dog's going to act out of fear and try and get out of the situation, or that dog is then going to try and correct the other dog, which could then escalate into a fight. And Your dog's going to then know that you've put them into that situation, and it's going to really damage your trust with that dog. Having a better understanding of canine body language and behaviour is going to help you massively in helping your relationship with you and your dog, as you're going to be able to advocate for your dog in certain situations. Spend time with your dog. Something as simple as grooming your dog is you spending quality time with that dog. You're doing something that you enjoy with that dog. You're taking them for a walk. You're structuring play like we said previously. Or we're just chilling out together, having a good time. Being able to hang out with your dog in a calm, neutral place is so important. So practice doing nothing with your dog out and about. Go to the local park and just sit and relax. Take in the world around you while your dog is in a sit stay or a down stay, and then just practice doing nothing in these environments is going to really help benefit your relationship with your dog. Give them their space. Look, I get it. Your dog's cute. It's cuddly. You want to spend every waking, living moment with that dog. But they need their own space. Give them access to decompression. Let them have time in their crate. Let them have time on their place. When enough's enough, you need to know when enough's enough. Because there's nothing worse than pressuring your dog when they're tired, or getting in your dog's face when they've had enough, or stroking your dog excessively when they don't actually like it but are just tolerating it. These are all the building blocks for then that behaviour escalating into something more severe, like a bite risk, for example. I know that's quite extreme, but they are absolutely linking together, which will then equivalate to the bigger picture. So allow your dog to switch off, allow your dog to decompress, and give them their own space. They will absolutely love you for it, I promise. Give your dog affection. Giving your dog affection is actually a very good training tool, as you can utilize affection for letting your dog know when they've done something right, or they've done the right behavior, for example. Giving them a little scratch behind the ears or a belly rub every now and again never goes amiss. I certainly love to do it, but respect your dog's space, so when they've had enough, leave them alone. Stop treating them like children. Dogs are not kids, they are dogs. Therefore, they need structure. They need rules and boundaries. You can't sit there every night cuddling them on the sofa like a big baby and baby talking them, because this is only going to feed them into an anxious dog later down the line. Giving your dog zero structure, zero boundaries, letting them eat human food, letting them dive all over the sofa, not advocating for them is absolutely going to create an unruly dog, and is absolutely going to lead you to have problem behaviors later down the line. So rather than dressing them up in pink fluffy tutus, give them a job to do. Give them structure. Give them breed fulfillment. Let them know that that is what is going to lead them to having a better relationship with you.